A fishing agreement with Norway could be signed in just weeks, Environment Secretary George Eustace has said. A post-Brexit fishing agreement with Norway was not agreed before the start of the year. Fisheries were therefore required to stop catching cod and haddock in Norwegian waters and have been forced to remain in port. However, a breakthrough on the issue is now imminent according to Mr. Eustace, who said an agreement could be reached within a fortnight. Speaking in the House of Commons today, he said, "It's not unusual for fishing negotiations in the annual negotiations to go into January. This year there's obviously been the very special circumstance that the withdrawal agreement came late, but in 2014 access was suspended while negotiations with Norway continued through January. We would anticipate that these negotiations would conclude within the next couple of weeks and then access for Arctic cod, should that be agreed in the agreement, could be resumed." An interim agreement was reached between the two countries last week that allows British fisheries to catch a quota of 2,750 tons of cod in Norwegian waters up until the end of March. The new agreement is expected to give the UK access to a significantly larger catch than the current interim deal. Each year the UK catches approximately £32 million worth of fish in Norwegian waters. Labour MP Emma Hardy, who represents the Hull West and Hessel constituency, has urged the government to ensure the deal reached at pace. She warned the Kirkella boat, which is based in Hull and catches a tenth of the fish sold in British fish and chip shops, was currently still unable to operate under the interim agreement because the quotas under the temporary agreement are too small for it to make a profit while operating. Kirkella can catch as much as 700 tons of fish per trip. Ms. Hardy said, 3 weeks have passed since the transition ended and still the Hull trawler Kirkella is laid up in its home port unable to sail. The short license the minister mentioned issued to fish off Svalbard, Norway is a fraction of the previous quota, which means it cannot operate viably and still fishers' jobs are at risk. We cannot lose Hull's last link with its distant fishing heritage. The trawler cost as much as £52 million when it was bought just 3 years ago but has been in port since December 5 due to the lack of a deal with Norway.